I've been asked this before, how much driving can you really do with a standard range plus in really cold temperatures? Well, it's something like -23 this afternoon here in Calgary, Celsius, and we're going to drop off some oranges to some friends. We're going to do a couple other errands, and we're going to end up in 3 quadrants of the city and something close to 100 kilometers of driving. We're going to see just how much battery we used in that time. I'm Ryan from Rocky Mountain Tesla, and we're sharing the data because it's electrifying. And don't forget to subscribe. So we're starting with about 38%, and we are going to the supercharger, but we're going to avoid highways because we want to replicate city driving. First of all, I want to get some coffee, and I planned all of this through a better route planner and changed it completely already. We're already at a different Starbucks and a different route altogether. Although a better route planner is great for planning, I don't find it all that easy to use while I'm driving around. In real life, when you have to make half a dozen or so stops, you're not necessarily going to be going exactly this way or that way. Let's get some coffee. We were able to take a back route and use the feature to warm up the battery, the preconditioning feature. Okay, it looks like we're here. We arrived with 21%. Let's charge. Oh, that is stiff. It's so cold! It's so cold! All right, charging with 21%, of course, isn't going to be the best charging rate, but we're already up to 86 kilowatts. And it is -24 out there, so I don't know if we'll get above 100 kilowatts because we're going to have to spend a fair amount of energy just keeping the battery warm. Well, we'll share that information later too. So in about 45 minutes, we got to 95% from about 21%. So pretty quick considering how cold it is out there. Still showing -20. So we're charging to 99% just because we're doing a bunch more driving. And normally I wouldn't recommend this, but because we are driving for a fair bit more, it's okay. You don't want to do this very often. And you only do it if you are driving right after charging to this point. The reason I don't go to 100% is because it can take forever going from 99 to 100%. This thing is frozen. Here we go. One more delivery. And when it's this cold, the dog doesn't even want to have a walk. Okay, let's go back to the car. All right, come on. Come on, let's go. Apparently it's too cold for the dog to jump, but it is warm enough in the car. Okay, second last stop at the co-op. We are getting some coffee and we're dropping off oranges to one last friend, and we're at about 70% battery right now. So I'll put all the numbers together, but so far it's looking pretty good. We've spent pretty much the entire afternoon and early evening out, and we're nowhere near using all of the battery within a day. And it is -26 right now. I am freezing. I'm gonna get in the car. So we're actually at 69% and just a little further to go. When it's this cold, these are the kinds of errors you should expect to see. Tire pressure being too low, and regenerative braking is decreased, of course, but it's still enough to stop at lights, just not very quickly. Okay, we've dropped off our last oranges, and now we're ready to get some food, and then we'll get home. And then I'm going to do a review after all of this and show exactly how well we did, how much we were able to drive on such a cold day. I've had a few days to review the data, and I've gone through all the results. We drove about 95 kilometers and used 29 kilowatt hours of the battery for that driving. So that translates into something like 49% efficiency, according to Teslafi. But it was also 4 hours of driving around. And we drove all over Calgary. You have to consider that driving around all afternoon or throughout a day, you're going to end up using a fair amount of battery just from it sitting outside and keeping the car warm. Depending on what your use case is, maybe you're needing the car for a lot of driving every day, and even in winter conditions. Then maybe you need a bigger battery than the standard range plus. Plus, this is also a 1.5 year old car. The newer cars will have a little better range. And the heat pump, although at minus 25 Celsius, you probably won't get a lot of benefit from the heat pump. What can I say? Did pretty good. 4 hours of driving, and the charging session was pretty amazing too. I'm amazed that we were able to go from about 21% to 99% in 55 minutes when it was minus 25 Celsius. If you want to keep on watching more Rocky Mountain Tesla videos, take a look at this playlist up here. And if you just want to check out another one of our videos, check out the video that YouTube thinks you will enjoy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.